I have some bad news on the reporting of the Ihsas Khan judgment. I've been caught out. I thought I had plenty of time. They had all them trial dates for this weekend, for next week, and I thought, okay, I will get there next week because I had a lot of work stuff on, including today. But I just thought I'd double check this afternoon to make sure that it was going to go through to next week. Otherwise, I'd go in tomorrow. And I got home. It's 5:40. Got home about half an hour ago, and I just checked, and the judgment was today, 18th of April. Now, they've still got these other dates in here. They will probably be scrapped by tomorrow if the judgment was today. And interestingly, look at this. The trial has been held at Parramatta, but the judgment was given at the law courts at the in the city. So that's very interesting as well. I'm not even sure I would have been able to have gotten in there. Now, okay, I've been trying to report on it, and I'm not a journalist. I just get down there when I can. I've missed it, okay? I'm disappointed. But the real story is that today was the judgment, and you can do a refresh of this Ihsas Khan judgment, and it still goes back to January and even last year, back to 2016, 2017, but nothing on the latest 1 month court trial that's been going on. They just haven't been reporting on it. I checked Margaret Schakowsky's Twitter. She hasn't tweeted since. She's still reporting, obviously, but she's not, doesn't pay much attention to her Twitter. She's lost interest in it. Because sometimes Twitter will have stories that aren't on the mainstream media. So I've tried to find it out. What I will do is, if these remain here, then I will set, there's going to be a sentencing. I'll be checking every single day. But of course, if he's been found not guilty, or they haven't come to, although it does say judgment, so it looks like they did come to a judgment as opposed to just abandoning the trial, which is what I thought. Well, they'd done it for the second time, so it looks like barely was gone through to a judgment. Now, you would think the mainstream media would just be all over Australia's 9/11 Judgment Day. This is it. What is it? Nearly 3 years, 2.5 years. And they just aren't. So anyway, I missed it today just through circumstance. I actually had some work meetings on and some appointments today. So I've had a few lately, so I've been able to, well, yeah, I've been able to get down there on certain times, but just not down there today. So anyway, I will contact, you can contact the New South Wales courts and ask them for information. I did get an update information about 2 years ago, so long it's been going for, when I missed one of the court dates back the first time. It was in Parramatta before he went back into the Supreme Court. And I commented that the media weren't covering it, and I wanted some information, and they came back and said that the media cover what they want, but they did tell me what I wanted. So hopefully I will contact them. Otherwise, just have to do an FOI. They can't deny the Australian. Now, I know when the judgment was. I've got the case number. There it is. They can't deny a New South Wales citizen who pays for the court system. It's a public court system, not a private court system. It's a public courts. The judgment. So I will find out what that judgment was one way or another. Mainstream media aren't reporting it, but I will certainly find out what it is. So anyway, that's just what's happened with Ihsas Khan. I'm really gutted. I would like to have been in there. Okay, I'm not going to. So I'm really disappointed. I really am that I missed it. So okay, I don't know if you could. Yeah. Anyway, all right. Now I just wanted to quickly talk about I'm just going to play some Queenstown Christchurch Road. So I'm just going to play this video while I talk, so it's not so boring just listening to me. I just wanted to talk about the Max Igan video and update and all the comments. The comments made me go and have another look at it. Really, I was sort of went with Max's theories, and I thought it sounds very plausible, so I sort of investigated a bit, and everyone gave me a lot of pushback. The best question, I think, I got a lot of good comments though. The best question was, why would they do it in two parts? Why would they have this event, have a hoax at one location and a false flag at another? And it was a good question, really good question. The only answer I could have, if, as you're about to find out, I don't agree with Max, but just say if Max was correct, then false flags would require, if they've got a really severe changing law, such as a 100-year gun law that's part of the Constitution, like they did with 9/11. They went with the false flag rather than just a hoax. Hoaxes are for your more not so, I guess, important or noticeably important laws, because what they can present is not that important. That's your hoaxes. Whereas your false flags, therefore, like gun laws in America, they're doing that all the time. I think there's been a few false flags with that one, and they've certainly got it. They got it over the line with Port Arthur here. So anyway, but just back to the whether people got killed or not. Now, I did give a lot of credit to Max's theory, but look, I've done it. I've just watched that video about 20 to 30 times, and that's not an exaggeration. I just watched it and watched it and watched it. And each time I watched it, there was more things that I could see. And I suppose we've got varying degrees of observations. Maybe I needed that many views to see everything, because there's so much there. There really is. But I don't think people died during that scene during the video scene. That's what I will say. As Max has said, he did kill people. I don't think he did. Now, I'll give the reasons why. I can't show the video, obviously. I can only show this sort of stuff. But I'll just describe why I don't think people died. Is that the most important thing is, look, not the most important thing, a lot of important things. So let's just talk about how he goes in. Now, he definitely had, there were other people working with him on the hoax. So I'm still calling it hoax, or we all are. It's a hoax, false flag or hoax, but we're calling it a hoax. There were cars going past at certain times that I've made mention of, and that sort of thing. And there were people out the front that he didn't pay any attention to. Again, as people have said, that could be the case with the hoax, and I think it was. Because when he goes in, if it was real, so if he was shooting people, then as he's going up that hallway, there's like 50 people supposedly that he killed there. With all that forewarning, like if you burst into a ballroom of 50 people and you just start shooting, even when you just burst in with no warning, you're only going to be able to hit 10 or maybe 15 before everyone hits the exits and it's gone. You just can't chase down 50 people. It's just impossible. Think about it. Think about a ballroom of people, just 50 people. You start shooting with that gun, people aren't going to hesitate. They're just going to be bolting. The sound, your fear and that. So when he's going up that hallway, and before he gets to the main room, there's going to be no people in that fucking room. There's doors to the side. You can see someone exit a bit later on in the video. They just would have gone. If there might have been one or two or three that that were a bit slow that he might have got to. But if you're going in to shoot up a place, that I recommend it. But you start shooting at the front door, well, fuck me. People are gone. Anyway, they're not gone though. Because they're there. Well, sorry, there are seemingly bodies there. But I'll get to that in a second. So when he goes up, he then goes to the right first. And there's a guy standing, and it's this kind of shadowy sort of, the whole thing's not low resolution. And it's supposedly all these people falling down, getting shot. And they all fall down in one big motion. It's sort of like a scrum, a rugby scrum where they all collapse. That's just not going to happen with guys shooting. People are just going to collapse all as one, 20, 10, 15, 20 people. They're going to be bolting everywhere. Well, first of all, they should have been gone by that stage because there were exits out. You wouldn't wait in that main room. Anyway, so he's got in there and, he's firing blanks, by the way. I did that in that video, my first video that got taken down. You can't see every shot because of the frame rate of the film that he's got, but the gun, you can see quite regularly the flashes of the flash. And that's what happens when you fire a blank. It's just you see the flash out the front. You don't get that or not the same. It's sort of like a bright flash as opposed to when a bullet goes out. It's totally different. So he's firing blanks in there, and there's people running around like it's laser tag as well, not just the people there. But like I said, so anyway, he's gone, and then he turns to the left side, and everyone's just waiting there. Why? There's windows. You've just seen, even if you weren't sure what was going on after he's coming up the hallway, you've just seen him shoot 15, 20 people. You're not just going to stand there. You're going to fucking bolt out You got to bolt out the fucking door or the window. There's windows there. You just smash him. You wouldn't go, oh, gee, I can't really smash the window, can I? Oh, anyway, so all that kind of, so there seems to be like actors there or CGI or something going on, but they didn't kill those people. And then later on he does that, where he's shooting into the bodies. And that's another thing. With Max's theory, he reckons that other people have killed them. Well, even if other people have killed them and they've gone down, like, it would have to happen really quick. They wouldn't have much time if they've got guns, supposedly. And to kill that many people, you have to surround them and shoot them. But even so, they're not going to fall in one big kind of rugby scrum. The rugby scrum's got me, see? And that's it. You can't see anyone's faces. So even if they fell down in a rugby scrum, they're dead. They've got no control over their bodies. They're not going to all fall face down. Some are going to be face up. And you never see anyone get hit with a bullet and go down. You see some guy run past, but you never actually you just see him on the ground later. But you never actually, because it's so dark, and you never actually see someone go bang, and go, oh shit, I've been shot, or anything. They all just kind of, oh yeah, it's so fucking fake. All right. I probably, now that I've looked at it, I'm glad I've gone through this process. I really should not have entertained Max's theory, because it's actually quite ludicrous. I don't know whether he's a shill. I don't go down the shill path. I think I've mentioned it in one of my videos. I mentioned it in one of my videos before. He may well be a shill. I don't know. Because I will say this, 100% there are shills. They don't go to all this trouble of trying to shut down social media without having disinformation agents there trying to guide people down the wrong path. So, fucking Clive Palmer. I'll get to him later on. I've got to do the Pauline Hanson one. I don't know what this is going on here. Alright, we'll just watch Living in New Zealand. Let's watch a bit of that. Done that first. Anyway, so just back to this video. Another thing too is Max says that he's run outside and then he shot that person and someone must have warned him to kill that person. And that was the one with the shoes. See, that was one of my second video I did, the shoes. And he does come out and there is someone running and he does shoot at them, but he's shooting blanks, of course. And you don't see them get hit. He runs down further and then they're on the ground. Again, you don't see anyone get hit. And she seems to be further along from the gate that he shot her through. Like, she sort of has run for some distance. Now, she could run there, just keep running further or whatever. It just seems she had to go straight down. And also there's cars there. She didn't go down near the cars. She went down at the driveway. And she's laying there. And that's where her two shoes were just sitting there. Lined up, by the way. Not just scattered, one side of her body and then the other. Just placed there. So again, the shoes, I said that in my video when I was about Max. I really can't get past those shoes. And look, it looks like he goes up and shoots her. But, again, that could be just CGI. And you don't see her face, of course. She's laying, she doesn't look up at him or anything, just laying on the ground, looking away. So you can't positively identify anyone. That's been, mind you, the footage isn't that great anyway. So yeah, and also there's those three cars at the end that drive off. There's the three cars at the start and three cars at the end, amongst other people, cars driving off, knocking over cones and that. There's a lot of activity, but again, that doesn't necessarily back up Max's theory in any way. I mean, you've got a hoax and you're just guiding him around and he's just firing blanks. Well, you need probably the same kind of backup. But we do know that it was as Anaconda. I haven't, I've been so bad work, I've just mentioned, and that I've got to get to watching people's vids again. I haven't had that much time to devote to YouTube just with normal stuff, like we all got it, eh? What am I looking at this fucking woman for? I've got to pick another one. The pros and cons of living in New Zealand. Oh, okay. All right. Pros. They've got a fucking prime minister who's a sellout to the bankers. No, sorry, that's a con. A pro. I don't know any right now. Anyway, what was I going to say? At least you can't hear her talking. So, all right. So that's it for this one. Yeah, I just thought I'd do this. And look, thanks for all those comments. I said I was going to get to them. I was going to do them each individually. I normally, I do read virtually all the comments. I haven't responded to, like I used to respond to every single one all the time. I haven't had time just recently, but I'll try and get back to that, maybe, yeah, down the track sometime. So anyway, that's it for the Ihsas Khan. I will be chasing up that judgment with, of course, New South Wales, and I will be putting a video on what that was because, very interested. Like I said, I'm a bit gutted I didn't get in there. Through 2.5, I've been into so many court the court hearing days with this one, and the one that I missed. Anyway, even if I known it was coming, I really could not blow off what I had today. I really had to, they'd work stuff on. That's all I can say. So yeah. All right then. That's it. Just bad luck, you know. Next week I've got a few days I can make time. So if for some reason they still run these, there will be the sentencing hearing. So I'll be keeping an eye out for that, and I'll also be chasing down the judgment. So all right, that's it for this one.